This morning, I want to talk to you from the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verses 1 through 14. Genesis, chapter 22, verses 1 through 14. So, what I will do, well, let me say it in Creole. Genèse, chapitre 22, verset 1 à 14. So, ça que nous allons faire, nous li verset 2, et puis nous li verset 9 à 14. Is that okay? So we're going to read verse 2 and then we read from verse 9 all the way through 14. Verse 2. Then God said, "Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah," not your wife, "sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on the mountain I will show you." Now let's go to verse 9. When they reached the place God told him about, Abraham built an altar there and arranged the wood. He bound his son and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then he reached out his hands and took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham." "Here am I," he replied. "Do not lay a hand on the boy," he said. "Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Abraham looked up, and there in a thick he saw a ram cut by its horn. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. Verse 14. So Abraham called the place, "The Lord will provide," and to this day it is said, "On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided." It will be provided. And now they know. And now they know. The story that we want to talk about today is a story that we all know. It is well known among children, the story of Abraham all the way to adult growing up. Abraham, at a point of time, he started building some kind of, not just a relationship with God, but a friendship with God. Let me say that again. At a point of time in Abraham's life, he did not just start a relationship with God, but he started a friendship with God. Because there is a big difference between relationship and friendship. I can have relationship with all of you here, and I have relationship with a lot of friends on Facebook that I don't even know. I have relationship with them, and this is called a relationship. But to have friendship with somebody else, it is something different. And in some way, somehow, Abraham was not so much a man of a lot of prayer. Abraham did not have a lot of prayer in his belt, just like Daniel. Daniel was a man who really prayed to God 3 times a day and more. But when we look at Abraham's life, he did not have a life of prayer just like David. But Abraham had something special about him, because he had a friendship with God. And the friendship with God was so special, even God claimed Abraham as a friend. Well, let me get that to you. Let me give you the text and show you where God called Abraham his friend. Where is it? Isaiah 41 verse 8. Isaiah 41 verse 8. Let me read it. "But thou, Israel, you are my servant. Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, who? My friend. It seems like God is calling Abraham his friend. And that friendship went so deep between Abraham and God, and they get to a point where they are asking each other for weird things. Hallelujah. In Creole, there's a saying that says, Randy, that's French, that means in friendship, everything is allowed. And I see in the friendship between God and Abraham, almost it gets to a point where everything is permitted. Everything is allowed. They are asking each other for weird things. And there are certain friendship you have, the bonding gets so close, and you get to be open with that person any day, any night, any kind of way, because the friendship is so deep. Friendship is so deep. I remember, I don't know that song, but I can tell you, maybe Minister Claude, Mr. Judson, the people who spend more time in music more than me, that if I'm wrong, they can tell me. I know Israel Bree, right? That's Israel Bree. He wrote a song that says, I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. It's one thing to know that you are claiming to be a friend of somebody, because a lot of times the same person you are claiming that you are his friends, but in reality the person is not really your friend. Can somebody get somewhere with me this morning? You may think in your mind you are somebody's friends, and you are doing everything that you could to keep that friendship, to be close to that friendship, but later that you know that same person you thought, you keep on believing, you keep on saying who's really your friend, and in reality they are not really your friend. Friendship is hard to get. When you get one, you grab on it, you hold on to it, you kiss it, you hug it every day, you call it every day, you make sure that friend is okay, because friendship is hard to get. It's easy to get frenemies. It's easy to get frenemies than true friends, because what frenemies do when they are on your face, they are telling you all these great things. They always like putting you all the way up there, but in your absence they're like, who's that? All they weighing about you. But it seems like the friendship between Abraham and God, it was a mutual thing. Oh, somebody says mutual thing. It was a mutual thing. Just like, come on, Kelly. No, you were not in my sermon, but you guys give me the best illustration. Come on, you stand 6 feet away, go from this way 6 feet away, and you, the friend, no. Then he's standing right there 6 feet away from me. 6 feet away from me. It seems like, yeah, you guys were not in my sermon, but you gave me the best illustration for true friendship. And let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, okay, so that's 12 feet away from each other. So here it is. Too bad today they cannot hug one another. But to show the power of that true friendship, what they do, they say, friend, we come into church, right? If we come into church, we gotta come to church together. When we come to church together, we gotta wear the same shirt. Can you see it live on Facebook? I just wanted you to see what I'm talking about. And they basically ended up wearing the same shirt, the same faith, the same overcome, the same thing. And right there we can say there is a mutual friendship. And can I get somewhere while you guys standing here just for 1 minute? You guys are too beautiful to cause me not to allow you to stand right there. So as much as I can let you stand right there, I'll be fine. But let me know when you are tired. So the friendship is just so beautiful, and it is so mutual. And in other words, these two friends, they are not doing this. They are not first Mutual friendship is not in competition with one another. Oh, I feel like I'm receiving my own word. Mutual friendship is not in competition with one another. You find friends, sometimes they are in competition with one another. One is trying to look better. One is trying, although they are friends, although they say they body, although they say they will die for one another, but the competition is still there. One day you find that she is buying something she doesn't want the other person to know. Yo toujours non compétition, yo toujours non gourmet. Yo vrais amis vraiment, mais yo toujours non parle en pile. Yo toujours non tête chargée. So I want to talk to you this morning about the mutuality in friendship. When there is a mutual friendship among two people, so therefore there never be a competition with one another. When we are wearing black, we are wearing black and yellow. When we are wearing faith, we are wearing faith together. When we go shopping, we gotta go shopping together. When we do things together. Friendship. So God and Abraham, they had that kind of friendship. Not only Abraham can claim God to be his friends, but God can claim Abraham to be. So in another word, when you talk to friends number one, and friends number one is saying, friends number two is my friend. When I talk to friends number two, I don't get a different scenario. I don't get a different story about friend number one. The same scenario I got from friend number one about friend number two is the same scenario I got from friend number two to friend number two. Come on, let's give those two friends a round of applause as they're leaving the stage. Thank you guys. Thank you. So great illustration. I didn't have that in my sermon, but good teachers always look around and use things for illustration. So this is the best way I can illustrate the friendship between Abraham and God. Abraham can talk about God with high honor, and God can talk about Abraham with honor. Whoosh, my God. Yeah. Let me ask you, are you trying to have a relationship with God or a friendship with God? So this morning, my conversation with you, friends, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you're watching, the question for me, the word for us this morning in this stage, post-coronavirus, is not about just having a relationship with God, but post-coronavirus is about a friendship with God. Because that relationship could be just because we both like computers. Then we have a computer relationship and we know nothing about each other personally. That relationship could be a work relationship because we both like to work in the same company. We have a company relationship, but we know nothing about each other to support one another. We don't know when somebody is crying, when somebody is in need. We don't know anything like that. So this morning I'm submitting to you, number one, the first point of my sermon is to say post-coronavirus is to kick back just having a relationship with God, but to get deep into having a friendship with God. You have a friendship with God. Because to have a friendship is to look at the person and say, you're not okay. You're not doing well. Things are not okay. Because we have that deep, profound friendship, you don't have to say a whole lot for me to know that you're not okay. Because I know we friend, and that friendship, Proverbs says, that friendship even better than a brother and a sister. Friendship. That's why it is so hard to have friends. It is so, even for God, oh my God, it is for God, it is so hard to have a friend. But here in the Bible, God called Abraham his friends. If God could call Abraham his friend, so therefore there's a possibility I can get to that level too, to that level of friendship. But Pastor, how do I get to that level of friendship? Go after God. Go after him. Go after him daily. Seek God. For he says, if you seek me, you shall find me. If you seek my friendship, you shall find my friendship. Let me submit to you, friends, Abraham was not all that holier than thou. He was. If you look at Abraham, he was not all that and more if we look at his track record. God called David man after my own heart, but not my friend. But God called Abraham my friend, my buddy. Too often, friends, maybe this word is just for somebody today. The negative power of friendship and the positive power of friendship. David says something to God. He says, Lord, protect me against my friends. When it comes to my enemies, I will take charge. Apparently for David, it was kind of easier to deal with an enemy than dealing with a frenemies. What are you saying, Pastor? All that I'm saying, I want you to stop having friendship to people who cannot handle friends. Because there are some folks, they cannot handle friends, but they can handle you as a helper. They cannot handle you as a friend, but they can handle you as me helping them. As me helping you. So in another word, you know the level of your relationship with that person. I'm only a helper in your life, but I'm not your friend, because if I trust you with the confidential things about friendship, then that will destroy our friendship. So in another word, hold on to the friendship and be specific about what is there. Before you claim somebody to be your friend, test them. Before you claim somebody to be your friend, test them. If you look at this chapter that we just read, this chapter starts like this: God tested Abraham. Because when your friend hears something about you, if the blood is not turning water, they're not ready to be your friend. Friendship has the power to stand for you even when you are not around. Can I get somewhere, Lord, can I get somewhere? Sometimes, not even your own spouse can be considered as your. This is so deep. This is so deep. Not even your own spouse can be truly, really, authentically be called a friend of yours. Because a true friend is somebody who is getting ready to stand for you in good and bad time. That's friendship. And Lord, why are you messing you up with that friend thing? A true friend is not somebody who is going to give you a shoulder to cry all the time. A true friend will stand up and says, look, Ernst, fix yourself up. That's not your place. That's not your thing. Get up. If you want a whooping, I'll give you a whooping like that, but that's not you. Get up from that mess, and that's not you. That's friendship. That's friendship. Too often, we lean toward people who will tolerate and accept our mess. If your friend is not after you getting to the next level, getting to the next opportunity, getting bigger, even bigger than, even bigger than them, they are not ready to be claimed as your friend. Si zami apoko pare. Oh yeah. I am a friend of God. I'm messing you up today, man. We're not following keys. We came from a B flat to a. We moved from a B flat to a. Come on, help me, monsieur. Come on. Now you are my struggle. We moved from a B flat to a F sharp. That means there is no correlation at all. How could you move from a B flat to the F sharp? How do you do that in music? Unless you are Beethoven or something. But in the Holy Ghost, we can shift. We can shift. We can shift from and then I am a friend of God. Because we can shift right there. Don't shift. Stay where you are. True friend is somebody who's about to pull your ears and says, fix yourself. Always, all the time, that friendship, that relationship you have with the friend, it's only based on just we do our own little dirty secret things together and nobody knows. Stop that friendship. If you don't have a friend who could tell you, look, Ernst, no, that's not you. You're not going to do that. You're not going there. Then cut that friendship because you're not always good. You're not always good. You're not always be on your tippy toes. You're not always correct. You're not always right. You're not always up there. You're not always up there for real. You're not always got it. You don't always got it. That's what Paul says. Each time I'm trying to do good, it's always the bad thing. So that means I need a friend who is also my accountability partner to say, look at her and straighten yourself up. Fix yourself, man. And then, Delphine dit ça Olivier. Ou pensez fâché. Same love. God, I don't know what's happening with my friend. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke whatever that is going on in his life right now. I want my friend back. Can we get somewhere? When was the last time your friend says, I'll be praying for you? All right, we have a lot to cover. Let's just shift from that friendship. I know you want me to stay there. But in a nutshell, briefly, Abraham and God, they have that friendship and they are tough on one another. God and Abraham, they were tough on one another. From chapter 18 in Genesis, Abraham saw 3 angels, and then he hosted the 3 angels. And then the angels gave him a message that we are about to destroy Sodom. Then Abraham pled with God. This is the type of friendship they have, asking God weird things. So in other words, Abraham knows that this is the will of God to destroy the city, but Abraham is saying, according to your permissive will, according to your friendship, please do not destroy the city. The power of friendship. Only a friend can ask another friend with things. How come I am God? I send my angels. I told them I'm about to destroy a land, and then you come and say, don't do that. The power of friendship. Yes, because we have that friendship, with that relationship, because we are friends, because we are body, because we are. So Abraham and God, they had that type of friendship. They ask God for weird things. Abraham says, Lord, don't destroy the land. How do you do that? How do you ask God for something? Hey, I want you to build, come on Facebook, come on YouTube. I want you to build certain friendship with God. And you feel like today I can ask God for something weird. I'm gonna ask him for something weird. I'm gonna ask God for something weird. I'm gonna ask God for something weird. Come on, ask him for something weird. Ask him for something that is almost impossible. Ask him for something that is not in his calendar. Ask him for something. Ask him for something. Mandez l'on bagay. Mandez bon Dieu on bagay qui pas même permettre. Mandez on bagay qui pas dans volonté. Mandez on bagay qui pas vle faire. Mais mandez l'on bagay qui bizarre. Somebody is a day where you ask God for something weird. Ou là c'est parce que ou vient demander bon Dieu on bagay bizarre. Comment entrer dans mandé à konya. Mandez ou va joindre. Mandez ou va joindre. Say something weird. Say something weird. Say something impossible to man. Mandel, get to it. Yes. Mandel no bagay weird. Earlier, when I took the example of the two friends, I told you true friendship is mutual. So if I ask you for something weird today, and later, if I ended up asking for something weird too, don't be like, oh no, I can't do that. And then isn't that sometimes there are friends like this? They can always get things from you. They will get from you. They will take from you. They will use you. They will exploit you. But when it is your turn for them to do anything for you, you're looking for them. They already have 10,000 other problems. So in our text, in 18, Abraham asked God for something weird, and God was about to make it happen. 50 people, yes, I will not destroy the land. 40 people, I will not destroy the land. 30 people, I will not destroy the land. 20 people, I will not destroy the land. Abraham, stop right there. Your people are not all that. Come on. That's power of friendship. I will do that for you. You got 50, I'll do that for you. You got 20, I'll do that. But then Abraham, no, stop. And when God told Abraham to stop, yes, friend, because I know you. When you know your friends, when you know who your friend is, what they can do, what they, the way they think. I wish I was talking to people who are about to get married. I would say a few more things, but I don't have to get there right now. I would say, before you say I do, say I know. Oh, yeah. Before you say I do, you must say I know first. Before you say I do. Oh, hashtag that for me, Stephanie. That's before I say I do, I must say I know. Know before you do. Know before you do. Because when you know before you do, you will do what is right, and you will not do what is not right. Oh my Lord. Regardez révélation, mon Dieu. So Abraham, stop. In our text, chapter 22, it was God's turn. God gave Abraham a son, and God now is saying, what did I say? When you have a friend, sometimes you gotta test the friendship. So God tested Abraham and says, give me your son. Give me your son. What did the friend say? Because he knew the friend before the friend asked to do. So what happened? He started doing without question asked. It's when you know your friends. I wish I was talking to people who are not married yet. I would have said, before you start trouble in the marriage, before you start crazy things in the marriage, know your friend. You know that that's not him. You know that that's not her. You know a certain stress that he or she is going on right now. That's why he or she behaves that way. But the person you know, that's not him. That's not her. No. Hashtag no before you do. Abraham say yes. And they go on, take the child, boom, get somewhere, a place called Moriah. God is gonna lead them. Point number 2 of our sermon is that when 3 days on the road, when Abraham saw in the distance the reality of what is about to happen, Abraham told the servant, stays right here, we are going to worship. What is the correlation between a death news that you are about to commit, a total crime, a terrible crime, not only committing a crime, but you are going to kill your own son? What is the correlation between that and worship? What is the relationship between a bad news, a terrible news, somebody who is overwhelmed? Oh my God. Somebody who is overwhelmed this morning with the news. You are overwhelmed with coronavirus. You are overwhelmed with bad news. Your check stopped from the government. They're not even, unemployment is not sending your check. You have nothing. It's bad news after bad news, and to reverse that bad news, Abraham told his servant, stays right here, my son and I, we are going to worship God. Somebody ought to worship God this morning in the midst of a bad news, in the midst of a situation. And I think some of you are basically here because you feel like worshiping at home is not enough for you. Some of you are in this building already because you know your deliverance is here today. You force yourself to be here. You try yourself to be in this place. You say, can whatever happen, I'm gonna be here in this place because I want to worship God in this place. Abraham reversed. Abraham reversed. So point number 2, Abraham reversed the news of knowing there's going to be a death in his family through worship. Let's worship God in the reversal of things, in the reversal of bad news, in the reversal of crazy things, in the reversal of situation that you cannot handle, overwhelming situation. Kotoye adorer l'Éternel. Makon ki chan wap mette matin, mais mets ton chan pour adorer. Adorer nan moment sa même. Come on, let us worship God. Worship with your hands, worship, adorer mon Dieu, adorer le matin, adorer pour renverser. Bad news la renverser, mauvaise nouvelle la renverser. Ça vous te dit quoi arrive la renverser. Ça vous te dit résultat vous te ba renverser. Ça vous te dit sous à renverser. Ça maman te dit à renverser. Ça papa te dit à renverser. Ça ancien mari te dit à renverser. Ça ancien madame te dit renverser à travers une adoration. Renverser à travers une praise. Renverser le matin au nom de Jésus. Qui t'aime renverser, qui t'aime renverser. Ça me renverser avec une adoration. Ça me renverser avec un praise. Ça me renverse, I reverse it in the name of Jesus. Ça yo te dit contre famille ou à renverser. Ça yo te dit à renverser. If the attitude, I'm not saying in the worship yet. Entendez? I'm not saying in the worship yet. I'm saying the attitude of Abraham worship has the power to reverse the will of God. Oh, done it. That worship, as Abraham faced the reality. Let me teach this for 1 minute. Nobody please, because we're gonna worship for it. Look, Abraham left his hometown. He could have easily give that easy lie, right? It's an easy lie to give. Well, tell your wife and the servants, we're going to worship God. Make it easy for you. But why Abraham was dealing with that mental breakdown all throughout the journey for 3 days. Oh my God. Can I teach for 1 more minute? You see, hardcore trouble that you are going through, it always gives birth to a brand new speaking blue anointing. Yeah. Come on, Bible tell you pour ça. Come on, you for pour ça. Yes. We're gonna get to it. Praise break pour ça. Praise break pour ça. Praise break pour ça. Praise break pour ça. L'on passe ou passe. Sorry to switch and creole. L'on passe ou passe ou passe. Ou passe ou passe ou passe. Plus ou passe. Plus trouble. Plus t'es chargé. Plus tracas. Non, li pal bay naissance à une onction dans la vie. Li pal bay naissance à un bon Dieu dans la vie. Li pal bay naissance à un bagay dans la vie. Même moi. I'm simply talking to people who have gone through something in your mind. You cannot talk about it. Something is killing you inside. Something is destroying. It is destroying you physically. It's destroying you mentally. It is destroying you. Abraham was in a self-destruction for 3 days and 3 nights. He could not even share with nobody. Something but just you and God who knows what about to happen. Something just you and God who know what you have gone through. If anybody would know what you have gone through. Oh, that's a word for somebody. If anybody who is close to you right now know exactly what you have gone. If anybody who is sleeping in the same bedroom with you would know exactly the mental trouble you have gone. Realities always gives birth to power. There's never been anybody who went to a rough place with God who will not come out to the best place with God. God is only speaking to me right now. It's not you, not you. Not you, just me. Woo. 3 days. In the tomb of his own obedience to a friendship. Sunday, I'm getting somewhere. There is always a 3 days for anybody who has a total surrendering to God. Jesus went through his 3 days in total submission. Jonah went through his 3 days and based on his own submission to God. Abraham went into his 3 days of turmoil, of mind chaos, because of his total obedience to that friendship. The Lord is saying, don't worry when you are in your 3 days, because God is in there with you. I don't know if there's anybody in this place or on Facebook or YouTube who have ever lost everything. I'm not talking about Job, because we know for a fact Job has lost everything. The difference between Job and Abraham, Job lost everything. God gave him no knowledge about what's happening. But when somebody tell you right from your face, you killing me, you killing me. You cannot come right from my face. You said you are about to lose your son. My wife is like that. My wife rather don't know than she knows. If you give my wife a bad news, she rather face the bad news when she faces it, instead of going to the sleepless night knowing that this is coming. You kill her. You kill my wife. So Job is like a type of loss. But in my wife's case, this is killing Abraham softly, man. You know he's about to lose his son, and you told him. The same son he waited for, thank you, waited for after night. Cause they are malicious. What have I done? You work hard for that. You work hard for it. You work hard. You pray hard. You're about to lose it. You're about to lose it. When you are a friend of God, you can be at a loss, but you will never be lost. I'd rather be at a loss than ever be lost. I'd rather lose something than losing myself. I am not losing myself. That's why I'm about to worship God, because I may be at a loss, but I'm not losing worship. Worship Him in this moment. This is a moment of worship right now. Because of who you are, I give you glory. Come on, worship Him. Let's give Him this morning the Abraham worship. Listen, maybe the Abraham worship is only for one person. Until I test you, I cannot bless you. Until I test you, I cannot bless you. Si m'pa teste ou, m'pa ka beni ou. Sou pa pase. It's either I test you or and I bless you. Tell me. Test me, Lord. Test me, Lord. Test me, Lord. Test me, Lord. When you come out of that, after you leave Moriah, when you come out of Moriah, God is going to speak something in your life. He's going to say you are blessed. You are Cindy blessed. Oh my God, my God. You are Gregory blessed, my God. You are Stephanie, Winnie, you are blessed. Your name, Sister God, you. Until I test you, I can bless you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Until later, the angel says, Abraham, I will make you father of great nation.
I only had to take one from you to give me.
I only need to take one business away from you for me to bless you with several business. I only want to take one terrible, one messed up marriage from you to bless you with. I only have to. Et petit sacrifice, bon Dieu, mandez nous faire. Seigneur. Pas quitter personne voler worship, because sometimes l'on a mis un problème, non, c'est laisse à tout le monde à parler mal de ou même l'effort pour qu'à retirer attention sous adoration, pour qu'à mettre attention. Regardez Gilson qui a parlé mal là, regardez Sister Kaline qui a parlé mal là. Au lieu de me concentrer sur adoration avec mon Dieu, regardez Sister Denise, me concentrer sur d'autres monde, plus me concentrer sur lui, c'est plus m'a déconnecté avec mon Dieu. C'est en adoration seulement avec sincérité pour me bailler, oui pour me délivrer. Mais ennemi en bam trop distraction, me rester dans distraction. I've been distracted by so many, and then I forgot the power thereof.
Confiez
Notre Dieu. Abraham spoke a word in his life, in the life of his son. And he said to, he said to the people who were around him, we are going to Moriah to worship. My son and I, we're going to worship. We're gonna come back. Yeah. Speak a word to your life right now. And I'm done preaching. Speak a word to your life right now while you are in this building, especially those who are in this building. Speak a word to your life right now and say, I came here to worship. I came here to get something and I got it.